everyone. Welcome to the next episode, another exciting episode of hashtag My Quarantine with Sanctuary. And today we have some fellow Ashbyites. Some of you know that I am from Ashby, love Ashby strong. Well, I have some Ashbyites with me this morning, and joining me today, Holly Hassett and Ash Paquette. Woo! Say hello, people.
Hello.
So great to have you guys with me this morning, and just to connect, we're not nearly as far apart as some people that I've interviewed, but it's nice to have you with us. So Holly and Ash, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Help the people get to know you.
You want to go first?
Sure. Well, my name's Ashley. And
Ash Dog. Ash Dog.
And like, I don't know. I play the guitar. I love animals.
You go to Money
I
Tech.
go to my tech. I'm in masonry there, which is like block stuff, like stone walls and everything.
Yep.
We do that. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, yeah.
That's good, Ash. That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Holly, tell us about yourself.
And I'm Holly. I'm Ashley's mom. And I grew up in Ashby, moved out, and then came back. Most of my career I was a paramedic, and now I do cardiac analysis, arrhythmia analysis, and I work from home. So I'm lucky that I get to do that.
That's really
fun. Yeah.
So what do you find? The dog is now on the cable on my computer, so I will remove it so it doesn't keep moving. So what do you find in these days, how you are kind of dealing with this new normal, being in quarantine or at least stay-at-home orders?
Well, Ash, how do you feel?
I'm going crazy. I really want to like get out and do stuff, but I can't because of this whole thing. So I miss like seeing my friends, and I miss like, I don't know, just doing things that I used to do. So, because I don't like to stay in my house for long because I go crazy.
So what are you doing now, Ash, to kind of overcome that, the feeling of just needing to get out of the house? So what are you doing to kind of fill your time and deal with it?
Well, first off, I'm sleeping until 1, so like.
So I got you up early today for this.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I play a lot of video games now. I've been like going outside a lot with my neighbors and like hanging out with their like kids, and then I go upstairs and I watch movies with them at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's because we've been around them. I mean, it's a, Mandy is like family. She's like my niece. So it's not. I know about the social distancing. If I'm out on my deck and a 6-year-old comes up to me and says, "Hi, Holly, how are you gonna say?" No, you can't. You can't come in, or you can't. And they're very careful. We're very careful about washing our hands, and so yeah, that is a good thing for her. She does go outside when I'm working. She has Zoom with some friends, and with Sanctuary, the youth group, they do Zoom, and which is good. It's funny how you think that you take it for granted, like you can say like, "Oh, I'm really getting tired of people," so I don't mind being inside, and but then this hits, and then you're like, wait a minute, I don't want to be just inside all the time, and I think that's what the big difference is too, is the things that you take for granted are things that you miss the most. So what I do, I mean, working from home was not an easy thing for me to get used to, because I like being outside and I like doing interacting with people more. But on my days off, I go for a walk when it's not raining, or I like to take pictures. So that, yeah, gets me out. And Ashley does that too. We do that together sometimes. So that is a blessing, I think.
I was about to say, notice how you didn't say hang with me.
Well, hang with you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't hang with her friends when she's talking to her friends, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have played like the mystery game. What is it called?
Unsolved case files.
Unsolved case files, where you get and like it's a murder, and they give you like the newspaper clipping, and it's like a cold case, and you have these suspects, and you have to try to put everything together.
Okay.
Find who committed the murder, and so it takes a while because you think you might get it right, and it's not, and it's pretty cool. So we play that.
Yes.
So what do you find that you miss the most? If you were to pick one thing, what do you miss the most?
Seeing my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, for all of us, I think. For seeing each other, right? For giving each other hugs, or for even like having a meal with your friends, or just that relationship, I think, is probably the hardest not to have.
Yeah, like I saw Sarah Glidden, she came to our house to give like us cookies and stuff. And I just wanted to hug her so bad, but she was like, I'm doing high fives, and I felt so bad. Because I was just like, I just really wanted to hug her, and I couldn't.
I know. So that's probably the hardest, I think. Not having, we haven't visited family, that's in Worcester, or, her grandmother, just because of, you don't want anything to be brought to them. And that can get tough too.
Yeah.
I worry about my dad. He's in Virginia, but, he has dementia, and, you just worry about things like that. I wouldn't want him to get sick and have to go into the hospital and be alone. So things like that.
Yeah, that's understandable. Well, then on the other side, what do you consider that maybe you didn't realize has been a surprise blessing in all of this?
That we have homes to go to, because like I feel like before this, everybody was like, all the kids my age are like, ugh, I have to go home, and I don't want to go home. I don't know, like for whatever reason, maybe like whatever reason that they have, they just didn't want to go home, because maybe they want to like hang out with friends more, or they just want to like get away from their parents or something. But now it's like when they're home and they're safe, it's just like, wow, I take this for granted a lot, that I actually have a roof and I have like food that keeps me like, hungry and stuff.
Yeah, that's good. So that's, the whole aspect of changing the perspective, right? From being stuck at home to being safe at home.
Yeah.
And hopefully, those that are listening are safe at home. I know not everybody's home situations are the same, but we pray that everybody is safe at home. How about you, Holly? Surprise blessing in this?
I do think so. I think that when the worst, and I was just reading a devotion today about how it was 2 Corinthians 4:18, which talks about what is really invisible, right? So the blessing, Jesus is invisible. You can't see him, but he's there. So I think that one of the blessings is that, looking outside, and even going outside and seeing the beauty of what we really have that has been created for us, and know that truly through this pandemic, I think what we're learning is that there's more good than there is bad, right? Even though the news will talk about the pandemic and how many deaths and how many people are sick, and we fear that, we have to be cautious of that. But it's also the amazing stories of love and hope.
Yeah.
And I think that is what we need to really listen to, and that's and feel it in our hearts, and that's the invisible part, right? Is that we are really given a beautiful life, and that we need to just realize that that's really a blessing, and that we can help out so many by understanding that.
All right. That's good. That's good. Well, any other final comments that you want to share before we part today?
I would say stay safe, stay well,
Yes.
wash your hands. Lysoling your shoes is not really a bad idea. And if you need anything, we are here.
Yes.
Oh, that's really awesome. Well, thank you so much. And hey, thank you everybody who's joined us today for this next episode of hashtag my quarantine with Sanctuary. And I just want to thank Holly and Ash for being with me and sharing their journey with all of y'all, as Tom would say, all y'all. So enjoy, be blessed, take care, say goodbye, Holly and Ash.
Bye. Love ya.
Love you guys.
Bye.
All right, bye guys, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Be blessed and take care. Hey, if you need to connect with Sanctuary, it's www.sanctuaryministrycenter.org. Join us for the next episode. You never know who you're going to meet. Bye.